G'day, weather watchers. Can't believe it, it's already that time of week again where we walk through the outlook for Australia for the coming week. So we've got a bit to talk about, and we're going to start with the east coast, and there's a reason for that, and we're going to move over to the west. So there is currently a cold frontal system, not particularly strong, but it is rotating its way past the back end of South Australia into Victoria, and then it'll make its way into the New South Wales, and then it's going to connect in with Queensland, well, southeast Queensland at least. So folks that do reside in southeast Queensland, northeastern New South Wales, we are going to have another one of those spurt up of storm activity this afternoon and into this evening. Possibly a few grumbles again in the morning as well. The reason for that is that there is a lot of warm tropical air coming in from the northeast, ironically where I'm walking right now, and that is going to mix in with that cold front as the cold air mixes with the warm air, and you get yourself some fairly thunderous activity. In this case, likely to be some damaging storms again for this afternoon and this evening. As we move through into the rest of the week, by around Tuesday, Wednesday, we are likely to see some of that activity make its way a little further north and inland for northeast Queensland and parts of central Queensland as well. Similar reasons, warm tropical air mixing in with some cooler air coming in from the south, and you're going to get some fairly stirred up activity along a trough line, and we could see some decent downpour and thunderstorms in that activity as well. So that's what's currently happening, and there will be some activity just to the south as well around New South Wales and Victoria, mostly to do with the cold front as it sweeps through. So just some of that residual winter weather for those parts of that world at least. All right, we're moving over to the west now. Now, the west is a bit of a mixed bag this week. Folks in the northwest, and that sort of includes the Northern Territory as well, particularly in the western side of the Northern Territory. Still that very warm weather, dry, a little bit of humidity around the Kimberley region, but generally speaking, very hot, very dry, and it's really only the coastal regions that are getting any sort of respite from the heat, where temps are sort of sitting around the mid-30s. Might be a few little thunderstorms here and there in the afternoons for the interior Pilbara and Kimberley, and also the Northern Territory, but generally speaking, fairly suppressed activity as this southern annular mode, the SAM, continues to push the winter weather into the southern parts of WA. That essentially slows the onset of the wet season activity as it pushes dry, colder westerlies into the interior of Australia. So it's kind of having a bit of a suppressing effect at the moment for folks in the northwest of Australia. Coming down the coast a bit. Now there is a very warm trough actually that is forming, and it's going to bring about some very warm temperatures for the interior WA region over the course of Monday into Tuesday. But a cold front is coming in, which is going to pretty much ruin the day of that trough. And that's going to bring about some showers to the southwest parts of WA over the course of Tuesday. And that's the stuff that is going to be making its way over east again, and might actually trigger a bit of activity along that south coast and parts of the southeast of Australia as we get towards the end of the week. So we may have another one of these, like what's about to take place this afternoon for eastern parts. We may see another repeat by next weekend, so stay tuned on that front, folks. Other than that, there isn't anything terribly exciting to talk about. There is another cold front heading for southwest WA late this week, so I'll be keeping an eye on that because that may play into the weekend weather and of course the following week as well, as winter continues to hold on. Summer has started the fight though. The nor'easters have started. The season has changed, we know that much. Folks, hope you enjoyed this. We'll be checking in again next weekend unless something evolves in the meantime, and catch you all then. See you later.